You just said you're not announcing a deal today on purpose because you want the attention to be on football.
What's up, everybody? It's Trey Smith back with another College Game Time reaction video. So Pac-12 Media Day is underway right now. Commissioner George Kliavkoff just did his opening press conference. I'm going to play you a quick clip from that to kind of set the stage. During the Q&A, Commissioner Kliavkoff stated that the Pac-12 was not announcing a media deal today on purpose because they wanted today to be about football. And so in this clip, you're going to see the follow-up question and the response, because not announcing on purpose sounds like a deal is done. So let's watch this.
George, just to follow on what you just said, I think a response ago, because it caught a lot of people's attention very quickly. You just said you're not announcing a deal today on purpose because you want the attention to be on football.
Yep.
To be clear, that would imply that the deal is done and codified and just you're waiting until after today.
I think you're reading too much into that.
So then what is the purpose behind not announcing something, which is what you just said?
We want to have the focus on football today. We have an incredibly good football story to tell, and we want that to be the focus today.
So as you can see, I don't know if that was a misspeak or just a point blank, like trying to show a little too much confidence. But based off the answer to that last follow-up question, it's pretty evident there is not a deal in place right now for the Pac. So I don't even know when the actual deadline is going to be. That one interaction right there will probably be what dominates the narrative or the headlines around Pac-12 Media Day. I mean, here's my thoughts so far, okay? I thought the introduction highlighting the Pac-12 quarterbacks was fantastic. Thought it was excellent. Brought a little nostalgia even as a lifelong college football fan. I honestly thought Kliavkoff did a great job in his opening statement, and he did not sound like he was looking to duck the smoke, as the young folks say. In other words, he wasn't going to try to avoid or dodge the hard questions. I mean, he invited those. He said, listen, I'm going to give these statements, but I know that there's going to be some questions non-football related as it pertains to the media negotiations. I will answer those first. Then we'll bring the panel up to talk football. Thought that was great. I thought, okay. And in my mind, I was thinking, maybe he's got something in his hip pocket right now, because he seemed very confident about inviting those questions. And even the initial questions that he was asked, I thought he did a great job. Whether he was completely making it up or telling 100% truth, only he knows that, and the people in the behind closed doors know that. But I mean, he answered, I felt like, very confidently, very assured of himself and of what his process has been, his conviction towards their sequence of getting the deal done first, then looking at potential expansion candidates. I feel like it all was fine. I still do wish from my video yesterday that, what broadcast partners are you negotiating with? I just wish that would have been asked. There were a couple of other ones. But then I felt like that bombshell there at the end when he was pressed on, well, wait a minute, are you saying there's something in place that you're intentionally holding back? Oh, you're reading too much into it. How are you reading too much into it? How are we reading too much into it? If you say you're not doing something on purpose, and then when you're asked, oh, okay, so you're not doing that thing on purpose because it's already in place and you're just waiting to do it later, like that's the natural assumption to me. Like the natural assumption to that statement is that a deal is done. You're intentionally waiting to announce it so that it doesn't take over the headlines of today. But according to him, by making that conclusion, he said that would be reading too much into it. What that tells me is there is no deal in place. Now, he still made it sound like he also said that the longer they're waiting, the better their options get, which is interesting because just a week ago, week and a half, Brett Yormark said the exact opposite. wasn't referencing the Pac-12 or anything like that, but he was asked about the current deal they're in, and he said, I don't think the deal we've signed exists. The deal we had in the fall doesn't exist today. So, very interesting, my friends. I'm curious to know your thoughts. What do you think about that little interaction? If you've been watching, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, it's kind of more of the same, but today was supposed to be a big day as it pertains to, there was a lot of smoke that's been generating in the last 48 hours that there may be an announcement today about a media deal and or that a deal is done and the presidents have it. But so it sounds like as of July 21st, 2023, Pac-12 Media Day, that a Pac-12 media deal is still not done. That's it for me today. Trey Smith, College Game Time.